The shadows of the fallen blades, Japan's ancient samurai burial grounds and the vengeful dead. In the mist-shrouded mountains, fog-laden battlefields, and forgotten burial mounds of Japan, the samurai, those who lived and died by the sword, do not rest easily. Their spirits, known as unryō or more dangerously onryō, vengeful ghosts, cling to the world of the living, bound by unfinished honor, betrayal, rage, or the improper rites denied to warriors who fell in chaos. These are not gentle Western ghosts. Japanese unryō often appear in white burial kimonos, with long disheveled black hair obscuring faces twisted in eternal agony, floating without feet, their presence announced by icy winds, flickering lanterns, or the distant clash of phantom blades. This is their true horror history, drawn from centuries of folklore, historical records, eyewitness accounts, and the persistent legends that still make locals avoid certain grounds after dark. For your YouTube channel, narrate this slowly, with atmospheric music, subtle sound design of rain on armor, distant screams, and creaking wood. Use drone footage of misty fields and old temples if possible. The Head That Would Not Die, Taira no Masakado's Kubizuka in Tokyo, Kanto region, begin in the heart of modern Tokyo, where skyscrapers tower over one of Japan's most cursed single graves. Taira no Masakado, 903 to 940 CE, often called one of the first true samurai, rebelled against the imperial court in Kyoto. He declared himself the new emperor of the eastern lands, a direct challenge to divine authority. Defeated in battle, his head was severed and displayed in Kyoto as a warning. But Masakado's fury transcended death. According to legend, the decapitated head screamed, flew through the night sky back toward his eastern stronghold, searching for its body. Exhausted, it fell in what is now Otemakai, central Tokyo. Locals buried it with respect under a heavy stone mound, the Kubizuka, to pin the spirit down. For over 1,000 years, disturbing this grave has brought disaster. Construction workers in the 20th century who tried to move or excavate near it suffered accidents, illnesses, and deaths. Even government officials have reportedly appeased the site with rituals. Locals claim that on stormy nights, an armored figure without a head wanders the area, or a furious disembodied head floats, eyes burning with resentment toward authority. Office workers nearby report sudden chills, objects moving, and overwhelming dread in the surrounding blocks. Masakado's onryō is so powerful that shrines honor him to this day to keep his wrath at bay. One wrong move, and his curse could topple empires, or at least ruin careers in modern Tokyo. The blood-soaked ceilings of Kyoto, Fushimi Castle's martyrs, Kansai region, travel southwest to Kyoto, where serene temples hide one of the most macabre relics of samurai loyalty. In 1600, as Tokugawa forces closed in, Tori Mototada and roughly 380 loyal samurai defended Fushimi Castle against an overwhelming army of up to 40,000. They held for 11 days, buying time for their lord. When defeat was inevitable, they committed mass seppuku, ritual suicide, rather than surrender. Their blood poured across the wooden floors in rivers. Victorious enemies, in a final desecration or perhaps an act of grim respect, used the blood-soaked floorboards as ceiling panels when rebuilding nearby temples. Today, visitors to Yajin-in, Genko-in, Shoden-ji, Hosen-in, and Myashin-ji can still see the dark stains, handprints, footprints, and eerie silhouettes of dying men preserved forever. At night, or even in quiet afternoons, people report hearing moans, the drip of blood that isn't there, and the clatter of armor. Some see translucent samurai in full battle gear walking the halls before vanishing. Tourists have fled after feeling invisible hands or sudden crushing sorrow. These are jibakurai, place-bound spirits, trapped by their final agony and undying loyalty. The ceilings serve as a permanent memorial, and a warning. Disturb their rest at your peril, Sekigahara, the battlefield where 30,000 souls still fight, Gifu Prefecture, central Japan. No single burial ground compares to the vast haunted expanse of Sekigahara. On October 21, 1600, over 170,000 samurai clashed in what became the decisive battle for control of Japan. In just 6 to 7 hours, between 23,035,000 plus men died amid betrayal, fog, and fierce combat. Tokugawa Ieyasu's victory paved the way for the Edo shogunate and 250-plus years of relative peace, at the cost of rivers of blood. Today, the quiet fields, hills, and memorials feel unnaturally still. Locals and visitors describe hearing phantom battle cries, the thunder of hooves, clashing swords, and the screams of the dying at dusk or on foggy mornings. Vengeful ghosts of betrayed warriors, like those who followed the defeated Western army, are said to wander, seeking revenge on traitors whose descendants still live. Some report seeing armored figures dueling in the mist, only for them to dissolve when approached. Others feel watched while walking the historic sites, with sudden drops in temperature and an oppressive weight on the chest. Mass graves and unmarked burial sites dot the area. Improper or absent funerals for so many fueled countless yurei. Sekigahara is not one mound but an entire landscape of the dead. Hikers and history buffs have gone missing or returned changed, haunted by nightmares of endless war. Sengakuji Temple and the 47 Ronin, Tokyo. In Tokyo's Sengakuji Temple lies the burial ground of Japan's most famous loyal samurai, the 47 Ronin, Akaroshi. After their master was forced to commit seppuku due to a court intrigue, these masterless samurai plotted for years, lived in disguise, and exacted bloody revenge before turning themselves in and committing seppuku en masse. Their graves draw pilgrims who burn incense in respect. Yet even here, in a place of honor, the air grows heavy. Some visitors report seeing the Ronin in procession at night, still guarding their master's spirit, or hearing their final chants. Their story embodies Bushido, but their restless loyalty may keep them tethered. Touch nothing, take only photos, or risk their silent judgment. Other echoes across Japan. Himeji Castle's well, Hyogo Prefecture. Though famous for servant Okiku's yurei, counting plates and screaming, the castle's samurai history layers additional warrior spirits. Scattered clan tombs in Kyushu, Tohoku, and the mountains hide lesser-known graves where defeated warlords onryō cursed the land with famine or misfortune until appeased. Ancient battlefields from the Genpei War, 12th century, spawn warrior ghosts in no theater performances, where they reenact their deaths eternally. Why samurai yurei endure? The true horror in Shinto and Buddhist beliefs, violent death, unresolved grudges, or neglected funeral rites prevent the soul from crossing over. Samurai, trained to value honor above life, often died with burning resentment, betrayed by allies, abandoned by lords, or denied proper cremation on the battlefield. Their onryō are among the most powerful, capable of curses, tatari, that bring illness, accidents, or madness. Modern Japan still respects these sites. Shrines perform ongoing rituals. Construction halts. Locals warn outsiders, do not mock the dead. For your video, end with a warning: if you visit these places, show respect. Offer a prayer or incense. Because in Japan's ancient burial grounds, the samurai watch, and they remember. Fade out on misty fields with distant sword clashes. This script runs long when narrated dramatically with pauses, visuals, and B-roll. Expand sections with personal witness stories, framed as legends, for runtime. Stay atmospheric and respectful. True horror needs no exaggeration when history is this dark. Viewers will binge it. Ganbat.